Thank you for joining us at Beerfish Fanatics. And this episode is actually brought to you by Whisker Seeker Tackle.
So make sure you guys go to whiskerseeker.com for all your catfishing gear.
Enjoy the episode, guys. Hello, this guy texts everybody. I was an hour late to work today. Rough night. Dang. But you know, that was that was a lot of beer drinking that night. I'm not gonna lie, we had a lot of beer at the concert and even at the those were heavy beers.
They were.
Because they were like 5-6%, I think. I think pretty close, 5 to 6%.
Yeah.
And it's not like we had like one.
Yeah, I haven't been to Woolies in a while. Cool spot.
Yeah, you might want to mute that. This guy always, I already know it. It's always his phone when you hear that ding.
Too popular, I guess.
I know, Mr. Worldwide Renowned Fisherman Fishing Kit.
Sheesh.
You know?
That's
Worldwide? Wow.
Oh, that's just Mr. Worldwide Traveler and Fisherman. He's probably worldwide right now as we speak. So, all right, guys.
See, I saw him in Grimes like yesterday or the day before.
I thought I saw him used at the airport recently, but maybe he might be right. I don't know. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Whenever you are.
All right, guys. Welcome to another episode of Beerfish Fanatics. This is Grandy with My Pop Fishing. We have
Kit with the Fishing Kit YouTube channel.
And today we are on site at Mr. Boatlo's house.
Welcome to my house, everybody. It's my office.
We figured, you know what? I haven't seen him in a while. I know he's been busy, and I think probably in about another month we probably won't be seeing him for a long time again because he is
ice fishing, yeah.
Ice fishing. There you go. He'll be ice fishing a lot, but other than that, you know, congratulations. Thanks for having us here, man.
Thank you. Hey, do this
Oh
one.
shoot! Oh yeah.
We're
hardcore.
drinking? What are we drinking here?
Yeah, you tell us.
We have some of the finest Jinro strawberry soju.
Ooh. There we go. Fancy.
Yeah. From somewhere. I don't know where it's from.
Somewhere. It's from somewhere. Cheers, man. Thanks for having us, guys.
Welcome. Thanks for coming.
Interesting.
Ooh la la. Ooh la la.
It does taste a little. Yeah, it's got a nice little hint of strawberry. Not too strong.
Yeah, soju is a Korean liqueur spirit.
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys don't know what soju is, I think it is Korean, right?
Yeah, it's Korean.
It's Korean type of alcohol. It has a sweet taste to it, I definitely would say.
It can have a sweet taste to it.
It can.
It can.
It's typically like flavorless. But
I think it's when they put like the yogurt shit in. Because you know how they mix it with, that's what they normally do is like they mix it with the yogurt stuff. That's why it has that like cloudy whiteness
pretty
to
tasty.
Oh, this one's pretty clear.
No, I think you're supposed to get yogurt.
Where'd you get yours from?
Whoa.
You sure that's yogurt?
Yo, so are you? Oh, it was yogurt, you bastard.
Like, man, it's pretty sweet. Oh, man.
Oh, but.
Oh, my brother's calling.
Uh-oh. And take a pause.
Hello?
Hey, I'm on my way right now.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Is he close?
He's on the way.
No, is he
All right.
nearby?
Yeah.
He lives pretty close.
It's, not a big deal.
Okay, well, we'll just do a pause and we'll do a refill after that. So I'm taking care or being careful on my gout. So I'm just drinking them. Was it the French beer, Michelob?
Yeah, Michelob.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, Bo. So what do we got here?
Oh, we are drinking out of the medieval times wine glass.
Yeah.
This is Soldier Creek Winery Primrose.
It's from Iowa,
This
isn't
is
it?
actually from Iowa.
Yeah.
Fort Doge.
Nice.
From Soldier Creek Winery. Probably the only Iowa wine I've had that isn't like crazy sweet.
Yeah. Well, you have
Which I don't
Jasper,
like.
right?
Yeah, it's like crazy sweet.
Do you ever have their cab though? You should try.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know. That's more juicy than like it tastes kind of like juice. Not to snub Jasper Winery, but this is a nice dry wine from Iowa.
There
It's
you
good.
go.
Yeah, I normally don't drink wine, and I don't know anything about what they're talking about.
I'm a big wine guy because I used to live in the Bay Area. We used to go through the Napa Valley all the time, so I'm pretty. I don't worry, man. I am a wine snob when it comes to specific certain wines. I don't
Drink
know
a lot of wine.
Yeah, I just drink. Actually, I just drink a lot. Actually, after a bottle or half a bottle, they all taste the same to me.
Right.
I mean, at the end of the day.
If you guys are wondering what that whining sound is,
Yeah.
that is Bo's dog,
That's
Mabel.
my dog, Mabel.
Yeah.
She just wants to be included.
But yeah, so if you guys are wondering, we are still, I would say this is in the middle of the season, in between fall and winter. It's like where you don't want to be outdoors fishing open water because your line freezes, I would say. And then now we're just still kind of waiting for ice because as I was talking to these guys locally here at Central Iowa, I just saw a couple ponds locally that skimmed over on ice. So I'm excited, but I can't hold my breath because I saw the temperatures next week. So it shouldn't be too bad though, right? Because it's supposed to be around 40, high of like 35 to 40-ish.
Yeah.
So most of the day it'll be under freezing.
Right. It's dark most of the day now anyway.
Yeah.
So
So I'm hoping, that shouldn't affect it. I don't see any rain in the forecast, which is definitely a good thing because that would just destroy anything that gets created right now.
well, I think most things will be open by then, or still open as of that time anyway. So
True.
it probably won't even matter.
The small pond. So if I think I'm gonna maybe I was asking people, but I might take my spud bar out maybe next week if it's. I mean, depending on, we'll see how the weather goes. Just to go check a few spots out, that I know of that are small enough that I know freeze over pretty quick. So, not saying I'm gonna get on it, but I'd love to. I think this weekend is the first weekend I'm gonna actually get all my gear shit and ready.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna rearrange my garage.
Are you gonna plan to get out a lot this season, Bo? What do you think?
My goal is to get out twice.
Okay.
That is what I'm really hoping for. At least two times.
Will one of those at least be camping out? What do you think?
No, probably not.
That's
I'm going to
asking a
shut that
lot.
down right now.
That's asking a lot.
No way.
So that one's shut down. I think I might be able to get out on one camping excursion this year, possibly, depending on where you want to go. Where are you gonna go?
I'll camp at least once.
Yeah.
I always get excited about it, and then afterwards, like, okay,
Wasn't worth it.
I'm okay if I don't camp again.
Right.
Until next season.
But I'm with you though, because you all say you got to at least try it, and I've never done it, so it'd be kind of interesting for me to try it one time, and
You have lines in the water all night, right?
Yeah. And even with lines in the water all night, I could not catch a fish throughout the night.
That's crazy. So, I mean, that's probably true because I've seen like Jay Siemens. When I watch his videos, he rarely catches a ton at night too.
Yeah.
I mean, he like you're saying, maybe one or two, and it's not like, he looks miserable. Mm-hmm. Like when you're waking up, you're like half asleep and tired as hell, and it's probably like a 14-inch walleye.
Yeah, the whole setting up part and fishing that first, I don't know, I guess that first evening or whatever is pretty exciting.
Okay.
And usually, at least in my experience, the whole night is pretty uneventful.
And then by morning, it's just like, oh.
Yeah, by morning, like, oh man, barely got any sleep. But that's usually when the fish start biting again. So
Right.
it's a roller coaster, for sure. But it could be different this year. This could be the year.
The year. Stars align.
Yeah, and we can actually do a podcast out if I go, because boss already said if I go, I can't go alone. So
That's fair.
I mean, that's probably smart.
That's fair.
Anyway. But she said if I go, can't go alone. And I think if we go together, I think we can definitely record a podcast. It'd be kind of cool and see how we do, especially during the downtime that you're saying at night.
At night.
I hope you're wrong this year, like you're saying. Hopefully,
This could be the year.
Could be the year. Could be the location too. We haven't camped out of that.
I've done it at 3 different places.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's been
okay.
the same every time. But the funny thing is, just getting the fish to engage, I would think the fact that they notice something's there, like why wouldn't they just go after it? Because I don't think they can see very well. I feel like if they feel, because they got their extra sensory whatever, their lateral line and stuff, they're not really relying on sight.
Scent, right?
But if they could, sense that something's there, you would think that they would just go after it. But in my experience, they are more finicky at night. Like, they're super cautious. They move even slower. They'll just go up to your bait, stop. They know it's there, and then they just scram. Like you move it, and then they just leave.
Should ask.
It's so weird.
Fish biology. I should ask them. I keep forgetting, but how good is the eyesight of fish? Like, is there, obviously they have fish eyes, so underwater it's designed to be able to see better.
We got human eyes.
Well, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, is there specific darkness that, all right, no matter how, the sun's out or whatever the case may be, like, they can't see shit anyways.
Because light only penetrates so far.
That's what I'm wondering.
So, some certain colors won't even matter.
Yeah.
Like when you're throwing on different colored jigs and stuff, it won't matter at certain depths because it's like light only goes down so far, and you can't see certain colors.
So
the lower
the,
you go,
the fish has got to be like sensing the lure, like you're saying. Then at that point, right, and then they just attack it.
I think it's just happenstance, really. Because, unless you're actively jigging it at night, like that'd be like vibrations, right?
Yeah, he does that though.
Right? They'll come in, and then I don't know, it's just a slow.
That'd
creep.
be like the only thing to attract them, really. I guess scent if you're using bait,
but I don't know, man. I feel like they know it's there. For some reason, they're super finicky.
Yeah,
and I feel like during the ice, especially in our waters, it's generally pretty dark down there. Anyways.
Yeah, I would think. Yeah,
our dirty water.
Yeah, our dirty water. Plus any snow cover.
Yep.
Plus the depth too. If you're fishing in 18 feet of water where it's only a foot of visibility and there's 4 inches of
Mabel saying hi to everybody there. So here, we'll take a quick break. We'll take a quick break. Or we can keep this in. If you guys are wondering what we're snacking on, this is a little intermission, but this is what do you call this? This is kind of
we call it Asian Chex mix.
There you go. I like that. It is the Asian Chex mix. If you guys are wondering, I got nuts. I got a little bit of, what is this, garlic,
lemongrass, lime, a little dried shrimp, and cured pork
meat.
Bird's eye chili.
There you guys go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Asian Chex mix. Can't go wrong. That was good. I haven't had that in a long time.
Sweet, salty. Herby.
Man, Bo's thirsty tonight. We're back, guys. If you guys are wondering, and I'm telling you, good job on the Asian Chex mix. Really, really good.
Asian Chex mix. Yeah.
I told him what we really call it, but it's not
appropriate for open consumption. All right, here we
Pretty
go.
tasty.
Oh,
Cheers.
More
Cheers.
soju, everybody.
More soju. Those peppers are spicy too.
They are. But if you guys are, it's really damn good. The cured pork, right?
Yep.
So it's one of those things where I think when I was a kid, I saw it looked so cool, but I never ate it because the parents would all be like, "You can't eat that because you're not old enough."
Yeah. It looks like ingredients. It's like it doesn't look like something you eat. It's
That's
like
true.
Something you cook with.
But pretty good though.
Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, I was talking about how I think during the ice season, underneath the water is generally pretty dark, anyways, because our turbid waters. Let's say you got a foot of visibility, plus I don't know. Let's say you're fishing in 15 feet. It's 4 inches of snow. It's gonna be dark down there regardless. I don't know. I just feel like if they can't see it, but they know it's there, I feel like fish aren't that smart. But
Right.
I don't know.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see what we're gonna target at night too. If I get a chance to get out there this winter. Anything? Are you getting? I don't know if I asked you. Are you getting anything new at all this year? I know you got pretty much everything set up. Are you guys getting any new gear or anything?
I got some more foam pads. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
Are the foam, is it I mean, I guess investment, is it?
Yeah, because instead of having bare ice or snow at your feet, you'd be stepping around on foam.
Do you use that foam when you're just on a regular day outing, or do you only use it when you camp?
I might bring like one sheet of it or one
Gotcha.
like half a pad.
For your foot, right?
Yeah, for my feet.
Yeah.
Nice
That-
for the heater.
Yeah,
I think that also
yeah, for the
helps.
heater or my feet. But generally, I don't put down a floor if I'm just doing a day trip or whatever.
That's why I do recommend people if you're getting into it or into ice fishing, those pads do make a difference on your feet, the coldness, because your foot is literally it goes to your boots and then to the ice. But if you have that inch of padding, I think it helps the coldness of transfer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think it helps tremendously because I want to say couple of years ago before I started putting anything under my feet or anything, holy shit, it gets so cold. And plus, boots you should spend some money on too, I think.
Yeah, it's an investment because if you're not comfortable out there, you're not gonna have a good time, and then you'll want to leave, and you won't catch fish, and you'll just not enjoy it.
I would say that was probably one of the biggest, because I just bought new boots last year. I think it was one of those things where I wasn't worried about the cost too much because that's kind of an important thing.
Yeah.
I would say that. The shack, I've noticed that I'm slowly upgrading better and better shacks nowadays because I had a crappy Eskimo when Eskimo, and they're fine, but I just bought the lowest,
Don't want to
fabric crap one.
scare away any potential sponsors.
Yeah, sorry. No. Eskimo is awesome, but I just went with the cheapest one that when they first came out like 12 years ago.
Uninsulated. I remember it was a Quick Fish 3,
Yes,
I think,
it was.
if I remember correctly.
And oh boy, I mean, it got me.
Hey,
it
they're
got me,
fine.
It worked.
Yeah.
It got me through like 5 years.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with
Nothing wrong with it. It's just one of those things where I just like, okay, I'm slowly. I figured out, okay, thermal is probably a little. I did a thermal roof one time. Then like, okay, I got to get a real fully thermal. I think it just makes a huge difference, especially when I take the kids out.
Yeah, you got kids. You got to make them comfortable for sure.
And then like last year, if you guys, on my videos and everything, I had the 2-man flip. So the girls are getting bigger. I can't fit them in there with me anymore. So that's why my biggest investment this year will be a new pop-up hub. Still debating if I want to go, the 4 or 5-man, which is like the two I'm debating right now is the Eskimo 450 XD. And I'm debating between that one and the Otter Pro Lodge Vortex.
Yeah, it's like their medium-sized hubs.
So I'm wondering, people keep telling me you should go bigger. I go, I mean, if it's just me and the girls, it's big. It's plenty big enough. Even with the guys, I think 3 of us can fit in there. 4 will be a little snug, but we can fit 4.
Yeah.
I don't know if I even want to go much bigger. Why?
What if a third girl wants to go?
It won't happen unless the mom goes. Unless my wife goes.
Yeah.
Nah, because Nova, my third child, she's has no interest in fishing, ice fishing, any fishing of whatsoever, at all. And I tried. I mean, just talked to her about it and just showed her her sisters are fishing. She's like, no,
Yeah.
not for me.
Is cost just the only thing that's like, no, I don't want to go any bigger?
No, I think it's the setup part.
Yeah.
Because I seen the setting up of the size that I'm looking at right now. I think I can do it myself pretty easily.
I've had a lodge for 2 or 3 seasons now, and I go by myself all the time.
It's pretty easy, right? If you got a little bit of a bigger one, if it's a little breezy, I could see it being a little more difficult. You know what I'm saying?
It's just one more side, really, because if you go any size is bigger, they just have one extra side, like the resort. I don't know what the Eskimo equivalent is.
It's a 650.
650.
Yeah.
Because beyond that, then you're looking at the double
Yeah.
ones. Now those ones would be a pain in the ass.
But
to
those
set
are
up.
our party.
for
Those are
sure.
those are our party hubs. I may get another one. I have one. It kind of there's some parts that broke on it, so it was a cheaper. It was not even a super brand name. I bought that one, so it's like, and that was like 5 years ago, and it's been I've used it quite a bit. But you're right, 1 person to set that bitch up. It was a bitch.
Yeah.
But the lodge and stuff, you should be fine. By
You think so?
yourself.
So you think?
I mean, I do it by myself.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, no. The lodge. That's what I'm looking at. The lodge, but the next one up is the resort, right?
The resort, yeah.
And that's one I'm contemplating possibly if I go otter, or the next one would be the 650. But the thing is, I'm just like that's the only thing that concerns me is that weight wise is probably additional 10, 15 more pounds. I would
Something
assume.
like that.
And then
I would guess.
cost is another $100-$150
Yep.
at least. Yeah, and then it's just if you think I could set it up by myself, maybe then.
Yeah. That's a fair point because
I mean,
it could be hard.
It could be hard, and I seen it because my video last year when I was in Denver with my brother-in-laws, we were fishing, and we literally saw a family, and I felt bad because we just like watched them chase down the thing when it was like boom, boom, across the whole lake, and it was like they weren't catching it either. Because that shit, it was windy. I was like,
That sucks.
And then there's nothing we can do. Everybody, like, well, why didn't you help me? You know, because my wife's
Yeah.
like, why didn't you? I go, dude, they can't even chase. What makes you think we're gonna be able to chase it down there? They can't even chase it down themselves.
Gonna have to climb up the side of the mountain.
Yeah,
to get it.
it was in the mountains. Yeah, it was like flying. Or like, oh my god, I think they ran across pretty much at least 3/4 of the lake to chase it down because it was just going.
I could see that happening to you.
See, you see what I'm saying? I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I gotta
All
be.
right.
And then imagine that happening. I got 2 little kids.
Uh-huh.
Oh god, that
man.
would suck. That would ruin my day.
So what I like to do if I'm by myself, or even if somebody's with me and it's windy, I always anchor down one corner.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
smart.
If
Sure.
the wind
Always
catches
one.
it, if the wind catches it, you know you're good. Huh? Oh, you need another beer? Oh, here you go.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. No, I think I started doing that when we set up the party tent. I've been doing that too. Doing the one corner for sure first. Honestly, I'm gonna look at the wind. If it's super windy, I'm just not gonna go. I'm not gonna. If it's gonna be like above 20 miles per hour, I'm not. I probably won't even deal with it because it's just a pain in the ass.
What if that's your only opportunity to go? 'Cause
I'd
you have
still
limited.
go.
Yeah,
I'd still go.
I would go, but I probably won't take the hub. I would just put my back to the wind.
yeah.
You know
I'm
what I
guessing
mean?
you wouldn't take the kids if it's super
No,
windy.
if it's that windy, heck no, because it would be miserable for them.
Yeah.
Even until they finally get inside the tent. Because even if we set up the tent and they don't do anything until they get inside, but the whole point of walking on the ice, going there, the wind, it's just, you know what I'm saying? You're right. I wouldn't take them. If it's 20 more miles per hour, I'm not going to take them. It's just going to ruin their experience, I feel.
For sure. I don't have a hub because I have friends.
Yeah, Bo just goes with me.
Yeah.
There you go.
I had a Freybill suitcase one. And then I was gonna sell it this summer, and like I met this guy online. He's like, "Yeah, my stuff got stolen from my garage." I was like, "Man, that sucks."
Hey.
So I just like gave it to him.
Oh,
Oh, what a
man,
nice guy.
man.
No, what a guy, bro.
I didn't use it, you
Jeez.
know. It's like, man, this guy got his stuff stolen.
Yeah, that does suck.
That sucks.
I do have some. I think I want to. I want to try to utilize a little bit more this year's the jaw jacker. I used it maybe twice last year. I didn't catch anything on it, but I didn't really dedicate.
I want
you know,
another one.
Man,
That's one of my trips I want to do.
Is it jaw jack?
Jaw jacker trip.
Yeah, there's this place we went to.
Line it up.
Man.
That's like I'm taking. I don't know what day of the week it is, but I'm taking that day off if it's a work day. I'm like, all right, going all
I got
day.
that Friday and that Monday off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Coming up this year, or
Yeah.
you already took it off already?
Yes. It got approved.
Months ago.
Yeah, it got. Well, I put in the request maybe last week or something, but my boss approved it today.
Nice.
There's this body of water that we go to, but it's not. There's certain date ranges where you
yeah,
can.
it's restricted.
Yeah, it's
sometimes.
restricted.
Is it
During certain times of the year.
Is it not a public water?
It is public.
Oh, it is public, but it's
But-
just restricted and.
Yeah.
That's like my one trip
Yeah.
that I really want to go to for sure,
Yeah.
because that's at least close enough.
It is
Where if anything
pretty
happens, like okay, then I can go home
Yeah.
and like. It was really fun last year.
It was really good last year.
I did pretty good dead sticking though last year. So I had two rods. I dead stick one and just, and then I was jigging the other one. So I did pretty good with that last year. But I think with the jaw jacker, I wouldn't have to worry so much about it. It would just set the hook for me.
What do you put on your dead stick?
It was just a minnow.
Just a minnow, yeah.
Minnow head. I think I did minnow head, and I did pretty good with that. So that's what I used. I think I caught some catfish like that way.
Yeah.
But But highly recommend. Do not put a custom rod on a jaw jacker. Once again, I'm reminding everybody from my experience several years ago. I had an amazing custom rod from the brother-in-law. I had no idea. I was probably 3 years into ice fishing maybe, and he's like, I just jaw jacker. I just put my brother's-in-law custom ice rod on it, and then we were fishing a little local tournament, and I caught the fish, but it also broke my tip. And I was a little sad because it was one of my favorite rods.
Hope it was a good fish.
Like,
No, it wasn't. It was just a regular fish. It was like a regular 9-inch crappie, dude.
I think most people, if they're looking at their $100 custom rod, they'll think, maybe I shouldn't put it on this automatic setting contraption.
I mean, come on, no. I mean, some people are just like, I have an extra rod.
Some people.
Only one people.
Whatever.
His name's Gordon.
I cannot be the only one. There's got to be somebody out there who's done it, dude. I cannot be the only one. But I do have some cheaper rods from now on. I'm just gonna. Well, actually, I
the Whisker Seekers are built. They're built for the jaw jacker.
You're right on that.
Perfect size and everything.
I do have the Whisker Seeker that I will be using on the jaw jackers for sure this year. I think I got 2. I got the automatic fisherman and I got the jaw jacker. I got one of each, so I'll let them two compare each other. I was supposed to do a video last year. I just didn't get a chance. I was going to do a comparison of which one works better if I can catch something, but I just because you know what happens when you get out ice fishing, you get everything set up, you're tired already, you just want to fish.
It's a lot of setup.
Because then you got to go set up the jaw jacker.
Well, if you're already setting it up, then you can make the comparison.
That's true. That's what I'm saying. But I just wanted to get in there and start jigging. That's what I usually did last year.
When we put out jaw jackers, it was the first thing I did. Drill a hole, put the jaw jacker out, then we'll set up stuff.
Maybe I should start doing that. Maybe I should do that this year. Just set up the jaw jackers outside first, and then set up the tent. You're right. I probably should do that this year.
Man, there was times where you would catch a fish while you're setting up the jaw jacker.
It was I must have done this wrong because it popped. I was there's a fish.
There's a fish there. Yeah, man, that was pretty fun. I can't wait to go back there this year.
Yeah, for sure.
This winter.
How far is it from here?
Close. Yeah. Well, I asked about the dead stick because I caught one of my biggest catfish dead sticking there, stick. And it was just on a jointed pinhead.
Yeah, I think it was
no bait on it at all.
Really? So it was just
on the yellow bass pinhead that we got from the Bonanza.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
See, it paid off.
Yeah.
Caught your biggest catfish, right?
One of my biggest. Yeah.
Nice.
It was a master angler.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Almost 31.
It
was pretty cool.
The video is coming out this winter.
Oh, you haven't even released the video, huh?
The video's not out, but it's coming up.
Nice.
It's good.
That's I caught some decent catfish last year. I do want to catch it closer. If I can get close to the master angler, it would be ideal this year. It'd be kind of cool. I think the biggest one I caught was maybe 20 something inches. I forgot, but
through the ice.
Yeah,
that's pretty big.
That is.
It was 20. It was 20. It wasn't even that much bigger.
20.
Yeah.
Oh.
I wish it was 28, 29.
Yeah, pretty big.
But nah, I haven't caught anything bigger than. I think the biggest catfish I caught last year was about 20 inch.
Damn. That ain't bad.
It's a good eater.
I remember
for sure.
My first catfish through the ice was 8 inches.
Mine was tiny, yeah.
Hey, but you got one though,
And it was the only one I caught the whole season. But I made up for it last year. Last year was really good.
Any new body waters you guys gonna hit this year? You thinking of?
I don't know.
I don't have a lot of opportunity to go if I'm thinking about the future. So,
well, you know what? If you can only get out twice, you got to let me know when you're gonna go, so at least we can go together.
Yeah.
How's that sound? So you can keep you company. Keep you company.
Because, I'm having a kid in December. If people don't know that already, so
I think we said that.
We probably said that a few times, and I don't know. From what I hear, it takes a lot of time. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. It's easy, man. I had 4 of them. Look at that. It's so damn easy.
So,
I was after the first one, Bo, I was like, man, just give me 3 more.
Right? Yeah, let me try that 3 more times.
Yeah,
it was so fun.
It's so much fun. How hard can it
be? Yeah, 2 times I go. That'll be good. It's kind of a bummer because I got 2 new rods.
Okay. What kind?
They're sake rods.
Okay.
And new floating bibs. I got a lot of new stuff. I was like, man, I hope I get to use this because the first year I was even interested in ice fishing, we went shopping at Mills.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I spent like $250 on clothes, and then I didn't even go because I don't have anything else. I already
Right.
spent so much money. But glad it actually happened eventually.
I think though bibs, floating bibs is. Okay, this is the thing people ask. Like, is that something that's necessary? Look, it's not completely necessary, but it's definitely a peace of mind for my wife.
Yeah, I mean,
Because she goes, look, sometimes I do go out by myself when I ice fish during the middle of the season. And knowingly that if it's that 1% chance that I should fall through, at least I have an opportunity
Yeah.
to float up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because through the shock and awe of the water and everything,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't know how you're going to react. You,
Yeah.
you can test it yourself if you really want to. I don't.
Might as well
kill it.
Yeah, okay.
Well, yeah, necessary is very subjective, you know. Like,
Yeah, and that's why I said, and then like I said, it put at ease my wife's mind. I go, look, at least I have a floating suit just in case. Make sure I can get home to the kids. You know, might be soaking wet, but at least I floated up.
Right. Like I've never fallen in freezing water before, so I don't know how I'm gonna react. You know.
It sucks.
So if
my
I
leg.
have a floating bib, at least it gives me time to react.
I have a hard time taking a cold shower. I'm like,
Dude, some people are like, I love cold showers. Like, no, I hate cold showers.
It's supposed to be refreshing. It's supposed to be
Like,
good for
no
the body,
way.
but who knows?
I start hyperventilating. Like,
But no, I fell through the ice in Denver once. Not my whole
Yeah?
body, just my leg, because somebody drilled a freaking like 12-inch hole.
12-inch hole.
I'm like,
Wow.
but I didn't know because it was behind me, and you know there was so many ice. You know, people, you couldn't see it, right?
Right.
And then we're fishing with my brother-in-law. So next thing I know, my whole, I think it was my left leg went all the way down. So it literally, I mean, I was doing the splits on the ice. It felt like because one whole leg was in there. Now, the first thing I noticed, it wasn't painful, but the very first thing I noticed is just the pure, you're freaked out.
Yeah.
It's just like, because all of a sudden you're in the water, and then next thing you know, the coldest part is when you get out. It feels like, oh my gosh, people are stabbing you a little bit because it's so cold, ice cold, and that wind and everything. I think that one sucks the most. But if I was to be completely submerged, man, I don't know how my body and how I would actually react if I could even swim back up. You know,
Right. Exactly. You don't know.
and that's why I don't know. I don't ever want to put the suits to try it out to use, but having it, I think a little bit of ease. I think it's in my eyes, it's necessary for me in my situation.
For sure. And I only got the floating bibs because I take my jacket off all the time, my coat off all the time.
At least
so
you have
let me in.
one. If you have
You know?
something like that, at least, I think that's gonna
Yeah.
help no matter what.
For sure.
It's better than
Like
nothing.
float ass up.
Float ass up.
Someone get me. Grab my ass, please.
like, Dumb and Dumber. They're standing at the bar, sticking their asses out. Like, hey, help, please.
But I do notice though, if you were to fall on the ice, I don't think the way the ice breaks, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know how it would work. It just depends on.
It just depends.
It just depends on the thickness of the ice, how the ice breaks.
For sure.
Oh, so I did buy new mitts that I'm going to try out this
You're
season.
going to lose this season.
I hope not, because they are not cheap.
So you guys gotta go see his video because he was with me. It was last year.
Yeah, it was early last year.
Early, like we went first ice up north.
Yeah, it's probably the first or second outing.
Yeah.
And I just bought these mitts because I couldn't find my other ones.
Yeah, I laugh at you, but the same thing happened to me when I was in Denver. I chased it down.
Yeah, there was no way
Yeah.
of me going.
I saw him.
Going again.
Well, I just watched him like, oh no! I just remember, he gets
was
oh
like, well,
no!
I
What do you
just
do?
picture it like you looking at me. The moment
Yeah.
I stopped running, that's when I was like, oh man.
I saw it. I saw the whole thing. Like, yep, he ain't getting that, dude. Because it was windy as hell that day too.
Anyways, these new mitts I got, it's not even a brand you'd associate with fishing or let alone ice fishing, but it's a hunting brand. It's called Kuyu. I never heard of them, but I guess they're a pretty popular hunting brand. I would say they're kind of premium. And
Waterproof?
Yes, so it's their most insulated, waterproof mitt. But the thing with these mitts is, since they're hunting gloves, they got an independent trigger finger instead of being your whole hand.
Yeah.
They got one
Trigger.
thing for the trigger finger, and so they got aerogel in them. I don't know if you know what that is. Aerogel is this like
Is it like a
state of the art
insulation
space
thing?
material stuff.
That's what I thought.
It's like the lightest man-made substance. Anyway, I mean, I was just looking into it, and it was on sale. Comparatively, the Striker Ice has a glove that's comparable price-wise. So with the sale price of these gloves and the regular price of the Striker mitts that I was looking at, I'm like, they're pretty much the same.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just wanted to try something different.
For
I'm
sure.
thinking maybe with the trigger finger, you have some dexterity there too. Because with mitts, it's either
Yeah,
you
just
got them
throw it
on
down.
or you're just taking them off.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think with that little finger, I'll have some dexterity. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be taking them off a lot still, but
Yeah.
maybe not as often. And I'm hoping with this aerogel stuff, it's supposed to be super super insulated. Because there's videos of them. A guy will be holding a pad of this aerogel stuff, and he's got a blowtorch. Even though it's basically almost as light as air, it weighs almost nothing. He's blowtorching one side, and he's holding the other side in his bare hand.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, and the Apex Predator suits has that stuff in it too. They're high end.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's what what's his name? Barry.
Barry.
He told us about that. Yeah. That's cool.
So that's what you look for in like mitts, like dexterity. Is that what you want the most?
That's what I'm looking at now.
Yeah.
Because the other gloves I've had, it's either you use regular gloves that have the fingers, which aren't going to be as warm,
Not at all. Yeah.
or mitts, and there's what you sacrifice in dexterity, you gain in warmth.
Yep.
And I think this with the extra little finger.
Might help you. Well, you'll know this year.
Yeah,
I'll find
figure
out.
it out. Yeah.
We'll figure it.
So I like the warmth of the mitts. I used to like clip them onto my jacket because they had like the little clips or whatever. But it was like so annoying having like mitts dangling like everywhere. Like, oh geez, you pull up a fish and it's like lines getting caught in it. Like, oh. So
I have my old mitts. I think I might have to get some new ones this year. I didn't really want to, but I'm with you guys. I'm like, the warmth is kind of needed. I have some older, just thin, so the insulation's not there. But it has like a little pocket where you can put those hand warming things in there, so that helps a bit.
See, I don't use warmers.
I do.
I always
warmers or
bring them.
toes.
I always
do.
bring them.
You don't put them on your feet. I always put them on my feet.
I don't put them
I
in
bring
my
'em.
gloves, hands, whatever, or my boots.
I put them in my feet for the first time at the Yellow Bass Bonanza we went 2 years ago.
The feet ones, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And it burned my sock. What? I had scorch marks on my sock.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So I haven't done it again.
But did it keep you warm?
I remember that I was like, man, it's kind of hot in my feet. Like, it's really
I've
hot.
never had that happen, but holy
So,
shit, that's crazy.
I've been a little hesitant. Like, man, I don't know.
I swear by them in a sense. I don't know. I use them. My feet always get cold because I think it's because of the my cleats I have. They're all freaking metal. They always get chunks of ice, and then it's just
I think most cleats in general do that.
get the chunky. It's
they
so-
just build up ice.
the most annoyingest thing ever, and then it just makes my whole boots cold. Then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
And
I will
then-
say, if anyone's trying to get into ice fishing, you don't have to buy like
You
the
don't have to-
premium gloves
No.
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
floating bibs. Like my first time going out, I had bibs from like JCPenney or whatever.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Regular snow bibs.
Just like-
you're fine.
boots that had some fleece lining. Put some boot warmers in there, whatever. Layer it up a bunch. Some long underwear, and it's fine.
Yeah.
So
I always
don't be
layer up.
intimidated.
Nah.
Yeah.
I might have to get some new. I actually though the boss is telling me I might have to get some new bibs for the girls. She
Yeah.
wants me to get them floating bibs too.
Smart.
She's just like, if you're gonna take them out and shit happens, and you might as well, because other than that, you're gonna have them wear a life vest when they're ice fishing. They're not gonna want to wear that. You know what I'm saying?
It's a smart move.
It gets to a point where it's like you got a life vest. They're like, and then you get their coats already, so
Yeah.
they're like this trying to ice fish. So
I've done it.
I know.
Hey, the less she worries, the better.
Yeah.
For everybody. You know?
So and then I looked at the kids. So this is kind of cool. They have some pretty good deals. I think they're definitely about $100 less than like adults. So you can get youth floating bibs for around like 150, between $100 to 150, depending what brand and quality. I guess what end you're looking for. So
Yeah, if you're trying to get into it, don't be antsy like us people that go early ice, late ice. Just wait until the
Yeah,
ice is
I
super
agree.
thick,
For sure. Yeah.
and then just go with somebody that's seasoned.
Yep.
that's true.
That's the best way to do it if you're trying to get into
Don't
it.
need to, don't be one of those. I'm not even that antsy. I mean, we get out on first ice, but usually ice picks,
Yeah.
ice, you got to use, whatchamacallit,
Spud
spud bars. That's two things that guarantee you got to have instant if you're going to go early ice.
What's like the least amount of ice? Like when you see like on an ice report, like, oh, that's good for me. Like I'm going out.
3 inches is, actually, you know what, honestly, 3.5, 4 inches, like bare minimum for me.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the point? I mean, I can wait an extra day or two for it to grow an inch or two, or half an inch or something. You know what I'm saying? If I go out there, if it's 2 inches, I'm not on there. I don't
Yeah.
care.
What about like if you're taking your kids?
The kids probably 4 to 5 inches minimum. And I still use a spud bar with them. And then usually I would take them to the spots that I went like already.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
know that
For
I know that it's for sure 5 inches of ice here.
I'm just like future planning, you know,
Yeah,
like
that's what I know. That's what I do.
Okay.
I don't take the kids out to a spot that I haven't fished myself or checked yet.
yeah.
It's super crucial
For sure,
because that way for sure, because you're not out there freaking using your spud bar when the kids are right behind you. That's because what happens if right behind you is only 2 inches and they fall in. But if you been there, you checked it already, then at least you're confident that okay, everything's still. But you still check on the way as you're taking the kids out. I still do.
I
Still
agree.
use a spud bar as I go out, but.
Man,
Good
that,
advice.
That one year, it wasn't last year. I think it was the year before.
that was-
Me and you went.
That was scary.
It was kind of sketchy.
That was the first time that my butt cheeks.
Jeez. The first time ever.
Well, on ice like that.
That much you do that all the time, bro.
No, but when it came to sketchy ice,
Yeah.
That was super sketchy.
because me and Kit went out and it was already sketchy because it was warm.
It was early. It was early
It
in
was
the season.
warm.
Early.
And was it
warm.
early?
It was early.
Okay, and it was super warm.
Yeah.
And it was melting as we were
You
ice
could
fishing
hear
that
it.
day.
When the ice is melting on a lake, you could hear it.
Yes, and you could and then
It's like crackling, right? Like
Yeah. Well, it's crackling, and you kind of hear like water running.
Yes.
Because
it's creepy.
as ice melts, it's making channels in the ice, and you can hear the water flowing and stuff.
But we were pretty darn safe because all right, we did a buddy system. We're together, and then we used a spud bar. We spudded. I mean, every step. It was literally every step. But the one thing was we spudded out to a point, and then Kit spud out to this other part. He kept spudding, and then he one more step. It just went through.
Yeah, it's like good. No.
Boom.
Yeah.
Gotta turn around.
We're like,
go-
you're
go.
like, oh, back up.
That's why they're important. Those spud bars,
was
man.
because, like he was saying, it was good, and then it just went through, and we're in the middle of the lake, so it wasn't like we could just jump to the shore.
Right. Yeah.
This was we're screwed.
Yeah.
if we went to that area. So spud bar is crucial. That was one of the like I said, when I saw him go, I was like, oh, back up, man, because that would literally freak me out a little bit. I was like, all right, we gotta.
Yeah, back up. Then we went another way, like doop, 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 then
Yeah.
okay.
It was like we're almost in an island. We're like, you can kind of see, like, okay, we don't go past this part on that.
Right. Yeah.
In hindsight, it's pretty stupid thinking
Yeah,
about
like,
it. Like, was it worth going
Yeah.
if we had a basically you're walking on eggshells, literally.
Right. Yeah.
That was
Man.
pretty stupid of us.
I'd be
but,
nervous like the whole time. Like,
but I think we were so intent on catching fish because we struggled all day.
yeah.
And we get to that point, we're like, okay, come on, we gotta make this trip worth it because we drove quite a bit. It was the spot where we normally do, but we went to a different lake.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were struggling all day. I think we were just like desperate to catch something decent. And
We were smart while we were stupid, I guess.
Yes.
I know the feeling. Yeah, for sure.
So I highly recommend that. But don't be too antsy because you're right, man. I have a feeling every year it never fails. We always see something in the news that somebody falls in.
Come on, okay,
Mabel.
She just wants some love.
But yeah.
Fried shrimp.
Oh,
It's true though. Every year we always see something in the news, and I'm like, man, I hate that because because it makes us feel bad. Number one, because there's families involved, and number two, it's just like, man, it's just a bad look as if all ice fishermen are in the same boat, that we're just all irresponsible.
Right. I mean, it's always like, man, that one time I don't do something that's like the right way to do it, like something's gonna happen.
yeah.
And it's easy to overlook something. Just like, yeah, I've been on this place all the time. I know this lake all the time,
And I hear that all the time from
It's just
people. No,
like-
you're right. You hear it. People say that all the time. No, I know that.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
for
fine.
sure.
I'm fine. I know this place. That's when complacent leads to errors, and
for sure.
you don't want to mess with the ice water. But I think they'll say, I'm also looking for a new auger. I think I'm selling the K-drill to my cousin. I was hoping he's going to come here, but he didn't get a chance to. He's going to purchase the K-drill, and then I think I'm either going to get the pistol bit or the light flight. I'm still debating on that.
Yeah. Both good.
Both good. I see the pros and cons on both,
Yeah.
and I've seen the comparisons on both. There's pros and cons on both sides.
Yeah, if you want to save money on blades, get the pistol bit, because the light flight has I don't know if it's exactly a chipper blade, but it's got little indents in its blade.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it is technically a chipper blade, and the pistol bit has shaver blades.
So, can you use the pistol bits on old holes still, or no?
No, not really.
Because it doesn't have the chipper blade, right?
Yeah. With that said,
Right.
they said the light flight's not really for opening up old holes either. So I don't know if it's technically a chipper.
Gotcha.
Because the what was the one you had?
K-drill.
That's a chipper, and you can open up both.
I think that's the biggest. Cause everybody hates on the K-drill because it takes forever to drill a hole. It drains your battery. 'Cause it takes like 10 minutes to drill a hole. It feels like, but it's super cool on old holes because I can just re-drill it because it's a chipper blade. It goes,
Yeah.
and it's simple. You know what I'm
Fair.
saying?
And then I think with the K-drill, you get free blade sharpening too.
Something like that. Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
So I mean, like I said, there's pros and cons, but the only
Yeah.
bad thing, like I said, the only bad thing about it just feels like while I'm trying to drill one hole, he's ready to drill like three.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I've been watching the Game of Inches, right, with
Yeah.
Jay Siemens and stuff.
Yeah, I just watched Jay's and Clayton's video today.
Clayton's had the Ion Alpha, 32 inches of ice, and it was like 6 seconds. I was like,
Butter.
holy cow.
But in our case,
Insane.
we don't need that here because we're not going to have
Right.
32 inches of
Hey,
ice.
1 second though. Boop.
Right?
That would be good. That would be pretty cool.
Crazy.
You're right. It'd be pretty cool.
I thought that was pretty nuts.
I don't think I would get away from the drill, because I can't
Yeah.
see myself getting a designated.
It's tough, yeah.
Because you got to buy a designated battery,
Yep.
which is
Yep.
More money.
well, they come with a battery, and if you want another battery, that's gonna set you like $200.
Yeah, that's
and then you can't use it in anything else.
exactly.
That's
That's the problem with
That-
a designated electric ice auger.
That's-
especially for us. Our ice season's not.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
2
like 2
months.
months of good ice, you know.
But I'm with you on that because I use whatever drill. I have a DeWalt drill, and I use the batteries on that one, not only for the drill, the auger. I use it for every day during my drills, the same batteries, and then on top of that, I rigged my I have the old Markham. I rigged it so where I can use my DeWalt batteries too. So everything I use, like you're just saying, it's just beneficial. I have DeWalt batteries for everything, and
Right.
like you say, you don't have a dedicated one battery just for the auger that you're only going to use barely 2 months a year.
Yeah, because I got a DeWalt leaf blower, DeWalt weed whacker.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
So
Yeah,
I get other uses out of that
for sure.
battery.
And it makes sense.
I mean, I'm pretty sure with the Strike Master or Ion battery, you could do that rig where you connect it to stuff, but there's no Strike Master leaf blower.
Right, yeah.
No, you're right. No,
the, new,
it's-
the new Ion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even if you
Yeah,
saw
back scratcher.
Yeah.
be dope.
Oh, wow. 32 inches in 5 seconds, man. Every inch of my body.
Yeah, but it did. I don't know. So new bodies of water. Are we gonna try any new? Are you gonna try any new bodies of water this year?
I always try new bodies of water. Whether that's destination bodies
Yeah,
of water, if that's what you're asking, maybe. I'm content with exploring Iowa.
More.
Yeah,
more.
that's fair.
Yeah.
I would love to go up north sometime to catch like different species.
Unless I go next Friday, then I'll be exploring a new body of
Yeah.
water. Because we'll have to drive out of the state.
For now. Well, I you know, when this comes out, this is a little bit around Thanksgiving
Yeah,
time.
week before Thanksgiving.
The week
is
before
when we're
Thanksgiving.
recording this.
And I think I just saw Kevin Paul. He was a friend of the program. He was on our podcast a couple times now, but he was up there in Clear Lake. I mentioned that lake. It's whatever. They barely got a skim of ice. So
Yeah.
if they are barely skimmed ice, because he was actually used a spud bar, just goes right through. So they're probably a good week, 2 weeks away from
For
just shore fishing size wise.
The lake's not even locked up yet.
No.
No.
So that's why I'm like, I don't even think there you can fish probably at least a week or 2 weeks at best.
No, I'd be going to Minnesota if I'm going next Friday, which
Yeah.
is Black Friday.
There you go.
There's a chance. I mean, it could happen. It could happen.
Well, you could have just made the trip if you wanted to go up and go to the freaking ice show.
But that's not next Friday.
That's,
Yeah.
that's 2 Fridays.
The last time we went, we didn't go ice fishing at all.
Because there was no ice.
Oh.
You can't go ice fishing when there was no ice
yeah,
there.
last year it was like, yeah.
It was over water.
Yeah,
It's pretty mild.
that's right.
Last year was mild.
Yeah, it was. Or else we would. I think
That's
we would
right.
have ice fish, but there was no ice. I mean, we couldn't even go to
Yeah.
a small little pond to ice then.
Forgot about that.
But I think this year, they will have ice during the ice show.
Oh, up there.
Yeah, I'm thinking that because the way the weather's looking, it's like it's going to be a
Yeah.
colder
That's
winter than
if
last year.
It stays consistent.
That's true.
Right.
It looks. I mean, at least for the next 2 weeks, according to the meteorologist or all the apps, it looks promising.
It does look promising.
Just be glad we're not in Buffalo.
Yeah. The overnights are good. Yeah, Buffalo's getting like 6 feet of
6
snow.
feet.
It was 4 to 5 this morning.
I looked-
They changed it to 6 feet.
3 to 6. Yeah.
I looked at it. I
Whatever.
looked at it. I was like, is that a 1 or 2? You know what I'm saying? Is it
Yeah.
inches or? I'm like, holy 6 feet. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
can you imagine in 48 hours you get 6 feet of snow?
Dude.
What? We'd be screwed.
It's taller than us.
Yeah.
We're just like, hell, duh. There's a beer there.
6 feet. Yeah, 6 feet is taller than us.
It's taller than us, so we would technically we would just be buried.
Yeah,
we,
for
we,
sure.
We're just buried. It's just
For sure.
that I was just talking to my wife about that. I'm like, what would we do? We got 6 feet of snow. Like, I guess you would have to plow or at least snow blow your driveway every 30 minutes.
Why? You're not driving anywhere.
No,
I'm letting it go.
you're gonna let it go all the way 6 feet. 'Cause
I'm
you can't
letting it go.
Don't you want to at least be able to get out of your house?
I got food.
You can't go anywhere.
I'm gonna let it go. I'm not gonna like. If I was like gonna order DoorDash or something, I'd do it for courtesy. But like,
I don't think anybody's gonna be. Hey, I'm curious.
I don't
about
think
that.
you're
Yeah,
going to go anywhere
DoorDash.
and nobody's coming
Yeah,
to you.
yeah, nobody's coming to you, dude.
Yeah.
no, I would just let it go.
You would? I
Yeah.
might snowblow it just for. I mean, because
For fun?
yeah, why not, man?
Ooh.
I don't know. I'll be
Bought
outside.
the snowblower. Might as well use it.
That's true.
Hey, you don't have a snowblower yet.
I
do
don't.
you?
I need to buy one.
Yeah, you do.
Or you can just buy an ATV and just put a blade on it. Done. One shot driveway, and then you can use that ATV when you ice fish.
Yeah, the ATV is like few $1,000.
A few thousand.
Well, go
A
look at
few
the
thousand.
But you also look at the nice snow blowers. They're almost 1,000.
I don't have to get the nicest
Yeah,
snowblower.
mine was like 200.
Well, you don't have to get the nicest freaking ATV either, dude.
I'm pretty sure the bottom end of a ATV is higher than the top end of a snowblower. Plus a blade, which is what, $400 or $500.
That would be cool.
You can get them used. Come on,
Would
you
be cool, but-
You get dual use.
It would be cool.
Or you can get one of those snow dogs. I wonder,
I know a guy who's got one
Yeah.
of those.
does he like it?
I don't know.
Don't
We
know
don't
yet.
have ice yet.
He can't get us started right now.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Our buddy Matt,
Yeah,
he got a
that's
snow
like-
dog
Was it used or brand new?
used.
What was wrong with it? He couldn't get it started.
We're thinking it's the carb because he called one of the dealers.
Gotcha.
So he's got a new carb on order. So
Just like that, huh? Just
maybe.
get something and it's got a bad carb? That's crazy.
But it was, sitting the whole open water season.
Right.
But I don't know.
We shall see. I wanna
Because it started when he bought it.
Oh.
And he was starting it, and then it got really cold, and he hasn't been able to start it.
Interesting.
I want to see those in action, like in real life. I mean, we see them on YouTube and stuff, but I want to see.
I've seen them driving around. They're pretty cool.
They are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's just
super
like a lot, like a big ass lawnmower, right? But faster.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, like a riding lawnmower.
Yeah.
I think it's literally a lawnmower motor.
Because you
I thought
said-
it-
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
he has the one where you stand and you're just pushing like a lawnmower, right? And
You don't
and it-
push, but yeah.
you don't push, but then
Yeah.
and then
It
it,
pulls
just
you.
pulls you.
Yeah.
Right? And does it pull his gear like he hooks it underneath his feet or something or behind
yeah,
him?
and he skis. He puts skis
Yeah.
on and pulls him around.
Really?
Like yeah, like a lawnmower.
Huh.
Like
No, it pulls a sled, and you sit in the sled.
You can do that too, yeah.
that's a snowmobile, right?
No.
You can do that. I
You
think.
sit in like the little ice fishing sled.
And he can pull.
Yeah.
If you connect all the sleds, he can probably do that, right? It probably has enough power to pull like 2 or 3 sleds.
Yeah.
I'm sure it does. But it's,
you
like,
don't
it's kind of tall though.
You don't sit on the snow dog itself.
Yeah, you stand up.
You stand. It pulls a sled, and you stand in the sled.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But then you can connect sleds to the sleds, so you can
Yes.
pull all
Yeah.
extra gear and extra people too, possibly.
Yes.
That's,
I think
Pretty
it's-
cool.
I think it's got like a 10 horse on there.
It's pretty cool.
let's put it to test this year with him.
and it's not crazy expensive either.
Right.
I would say less expensive than an ATV.
I think it's under $1,000.
Can you use it for anything else besides ice fishing?
I guess if you need to pull yourself around for stuff.
in
Okay.
ice,
Oh, in ice or
snow
snow.
or whatever. Yeah.
Because that should work on like, would it be able to be okay on like, let's say 10 inches of snow or a foot of snow?
Maybe. I
Couldn't
think the
tell
idea
you.
is to go on top of the snow.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Couldn't tell you. But
Oh.
they're cool.
Yeah,
There's like
I
a
know, I
nice,
see.
inexpensive way to like
It's a nice toy.
go places, you know,
Yeah.
without having an ATV or.
I wonder how an e-bike would do with fat tires. Or maybe
Oh.
chains or studs.
I've actually
Yeah.
seen people actually, not an e-bike, but they actually use just a regular bike and use the fat tires.
Yeah.
I've actually heard people use that and then they just tie their sled to the back and they just bike. And it
Yeah.
works. And it works. Just use the fat tires. You can put some chain treads if you want on there, but some people don't even use it because if there's let's just say about 2-3 inches of snow, they said it works. You use the fat tire and you just bike yourself to your spot.
Yeah.
Yep, it works. I mean, you're still using energy. I mean, you're biking, but it's a little bit of an easier than pulling it, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, and walking. So it's a little bit of an ease, but that's a good idea. E-bike.
I feel like getting going on a regular bike would be the hardest
Yeah,
part.
that's hard. I've
that's-
like cycled in the snow before in on my regular bicycle, and it's like when I was going and then stopping was the scary part.
Yeah.
So like I
Okay,
stop and I skid like
Well, I can see that with the e-bike too then, in a sense.
Yeah.
Well, the e-bikes, they don't kick in until you get going, right? Or does it instantly
they have like
start?
pedal assist.
Okay.
So you have to pedal a little bit at least.
before you can kick it in.
won't
okay.
just like go.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
They're cool though. I think they're No, I think they're more expensive than a snow dog.
Yeah, the e-bikes, they're
Yeah.
what, like $1,000?
They're like $2,000.
They're up there.
Yeah,
My
they're
cousin
pricey.
bought his for like 2,400.
Yeah, they're pretty pricey.
2,400.
Mm-hmm.
You talk to our buddy Tay Tay. His dad owns a shop that sells e-bikes.
Damn. Yeah.
They
He's
got
got
two.
all the toys.
We should ask him. I think he's got 2 e-bikes. Well, he's got freaking side by side. I don't know why we never asked him to use his side by side.
Well, we gotta haul it.
Yeah,
That's the advantage of like a snow dog though. Like you can throw it in the truck bed.
Yeah.
That's
You
true.
know?
You don't
It's a
have
You don't have to
Ramps,
get a
just-
trailer.
Yeah, just ramp it up into your truck bed.
Yeah.
You might have to tilt your hub on the side or
Right.
Or
Yeah.
And he has a bunch of snowmobiles. Well, his snowmobiles are super pricey though now. I wouldn't want to. damage his new snowmobile nowadays. It's like the $15,000
Because he
range.
hasn't damaged it already.
$10,000 snowmobile.
But he gets good use out of it.
He is a snowmobiler.
Yeah, he is a
Yeah.
true, and he goes up to the mountains up in like Montana and shit.
I've never snowmobiled before.
What? Oh, you weren't with us that
Never.
year, huh?
No,
were
I
up-
wasn't.
No, I had some. That was like
That was pretty fun.
it was super fun. When we were in
Never
the IGLs, and we took because this guy told Tay-Tay's snowmobiles, and it was fun, dude. It's a if you've never done it, it's a pretty fun experience. And then the location we were ice fishing, we had snowmobiles.
Yeah.
There's no, I mean, unless you want to drive on, but there was certain spots where it's kind of sketchy too. So snowmobile was the best route for us to take.
I want to do it. It sounds fun.
It is fun.
Just go with us and Trey sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get him on. I don't know. Well, we might do IGL trip this year. We'll see. It's still kind of in the talks. You can probably bring the family too if you wanted.
I remember I was going to go a few years ago, but something came up.
Well, we do this year. If it happens, it'll be in February.
Yeah.
We'll see how you and the
I feel
new
that's
baby
kind
are
of
doing.
soon for you.
Might be a
Maybe
little
like
soon.
a 3-month. Yeah.
Might be a little soon,
old
but
baby.
we'll see. We'll see how that works. But
He'll be able to take care of himself by then.
yeah,
But yeah,
Hey, beer's in the fridge. All right. Laundry detergent's on top.
man, you ready to go in
You
this
hang
one?
out with the cousins. I'm going fishing.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Hot pockets in
Some
the
more
freezer.
Right.
soju, everybody. Strawberry. All right. Hopefully the gout stays away. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
Well, I want a new reel this year.
Ice fishing reel?
Yeah.
Inline spinning.
What are you looking for? Yeah.
Spinning.
I have it in my cart on Amazon,
Oh.
but I also have it on my Christmas wish list.
Can I guess the brand?
Sure.
I already know. I can't guess.
It's. I think it's between two. Either Shimano, Cast King.
It's a Cast King.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a Cast King Zephyr.
Oh, I think I've seen those. Those look pretty
Those
cool.
look-
I already own one, and I like it.
They're the. What do they call them? For like light baits, right? Is that what they're
Yeah.
for? I forget what they're called.
You know what reel that I've come accustomed to liking for ice fishing? Akuma.
Yeah, I got Okuma.
One or two.
I got one on my. So I really like them for ice fishing.
Yeah.
It's been butter for me. The only other one that I really like, obviously, the Shimano Sienna. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah. For
I mean,
for ice fishing, it's like I'm not like switching reels over from my like open water stuff to ice fishing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, man, I'm gonna use this reel like not even a dozen times in a year.
The only
so
ones-
I don't like spend a lot of money
Yeah, like
on
20,
that reel.
20, 30 bucks.
30
Yeah,
bucks is
yeah.
but I do swap on the Whisker Seeker rods
Yeah.
because you can use a heavier
You
reel,
can.
a little bit of a bigger reel. I use I think on one of my reels I use like the 1,000. I wouldn't say Stratic, but I think I had the Sierra.
Stratic. Gee.
Fancy.
I could use it, but
Fancy.
no, I use a Sierra. I had that older
Oh
Sierra.
yeah, Sierras are good.
Yeah, it's like 1,000 size. It's like perfect, dude, for the Whisker Seekers. It's a
Yeah.
perfect one for
Yeah.
the spinning rod, dude.
Yeah, I have an Okuma bait feeder on my spinning Whisker Seeker rod, and I have an old Bass Pro bait caster on the casting one.
Yeah, I bought. I think I did get a new one. I think I did get a new bait caster. Or bait.
You think
bait.
you did?
I think I did. Hold on, I'm trying to think. I think I did for my eyes. One of my eyes for the Whisker Seeker. I think I did get one of those. That when it pulls the bait, clicks. What do you call those? Bait loaders? Is that, or bait?
What?
Bait feeders,
Bait
right?
feeder?
Bait feeders.
Yeah.
Yeah, bait feeder. I forgot what brand I got. I did get one.
Wait, a bait caster?
No, bait feeder, sorry.
For open water?
No, for ice fishing.
Interesting.
Yeah, I got a bait feeder on the.
Oh, I use it on. Oh, now I know. Jeez. I use it for the other Whisker Seeker, the medium light one, the catfish and carp.
Oh,
So I bought
yeah.
it for that.
Oh, open water.
Open water. But I think I can use it for the ice rod too. I think it's a small enough size I can use it.
I wouldn't go more than 1,000 size.
Yeah, I'll double check it. I think it's 1,000, but I'll double check.
But what I say isn't.
For sure, yeah.
I mean,
because some people go like 15 and
You can
stuff.
technically you can use whatever.
I have like 500 on like most of my stuff, and I got like 1,000 and I was like, man, this looks huge.
You know what's funny? I have a size 80 Okuma, so it'd be like your 8,000 Shimano.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
That is
No, I have
enormous.
a reel.
That's enormous. It's like
It's huge. The spool. Yeah, like the reel is like that's the height of my head.
Jeez.
It's so ridiculous.
I think you're planning to go saltwater fishing.
I won it.
something, yeah.
I won it on a YouTube giveaway.
oh,
Nice.
because I have like one that's like 60, and I'm like, man, this thing is pretty big. 80 has got to be huge.
Yeah, this thing's huge, dude.
Oh, I was able to convince. I think we're gonna have two newbies this year, ice fishing. I
Yeah.
was able to convince a couple of my Frank, my cousin. I talked to him yesterday.
Nice.
I
Yeah,
gave
we
him
know
some,
Frank.
gave him some beverages. I think he goes, all right, I'll give it a shot. And then my other buddy, Sully, I convinced them that I'll give it a shot this year.
Saw Sully on Saturday.
There you go. So we'll give it a shot, and we're gonna try and get him out there on the ice.
Man.
Everyone should try it.
Yeah.
It's so fun. It's a kind of a time sink sometimes.
It is.
Because you gotta wake up, you gotta get all the gear, you gotta walk out there, set up, and then you get to fish.
it's gear intensive for sure.
Yeah.
It's super
So-
gear intensive.
So it's a little bit of a time sink because you gotta dedicate some time to it. I can't go for like oh, I got an hour after work, I can go fishing.
Nope.
It's like, no, not really. You know?
Yeah.
You're right.
Not
No.
really.
Yeah, you gotta go get your stuff, put all your stuff on,
Yeah.
pack up all your gear.
Yep.
Then when you get there, you gotta unload, drill your holes, set up.
And then hope fish comes.
Exactly. And like the sun goes down super early now.
Yeah.
So I'm getting off work at like 4:30. It's like, well, got
It's
an
dark.
hour.
It's dark.
Like, what do I do?
But you don't. I mean, I don't know, man. When you're ice fishing, when you wake up at like 4 a.m, you're excited.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I can't sleep sometimes.
yeah,
I'm like,
I
ooh.
can't sleep. I'm like,
Like,
because you're already imagining the fish you're catching and what you're planning
Yeah,
to
sometimes
do.
that's a bad thing.
Yeah,
Because when
it's-
I don't catch fish, like, man,
I swear, I was supposed to catch
Hyped
it.
myself up
how's this
last
happening
night.
again, man?
Why are we doing this? This is stupid. This is -10.
Yeah. But yeah, it's super fun. Yeah, getting up early. I don't have any problem with that really, unless we drink the night before.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually excited this year. This is the first year in a while where I've been excited for the upcoming season. Last year, maybe the year,
Yeah,
and
you
even the
you
year
weren't even
before,
too excited
I was
last
just like,
year.
yeah, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I'll
It's
be
another form of fishing.
Yeah.
Right?
when it comes, I'll be ready.
Yeah.
But this year, I'm actually getting hyped. That might be a bad thing because I wasn't hype at all last season, and I did really good.
Raising them expectations.
I know now I have
Oh.
expectations, and they're like, yeah, last season was so good.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go out east more this year.
East.
Yeah. To Denver
Okay.
or here
Wait, Denver's the other way.
or west.
Denver's like
I'm in
far east. I see.
Sorry.
Okay.
No, I meant west. I think I'm gonna go out west more.
Yeah.
East, if you're going all the way around the world.
Yeah.
But then again, I
Don't you
haven't-
usually go in every year? Do you go?
Yeah, I'm going to go in. Well, we're still debating because if we're going to go to Vegas for Christmas or we're going to go to Denver for Christmas. But
Yeah.
that will be the ice trip. If I go, it'll be next month. There's
Nice.
a possibility we'll go. I'm going to try and
All right.
hopefully
I'll
catch
be
up.
there.
You want to go? With your new boy?
My 8-day-old baby.
Exactly. It'd be perfect. Show them ice fishing.
Hey, babies fly free, right? Come on.
Just drive. Lakers are easy,
Yeah,
man. My brother-in-law
Lakers.
always say Lakers are easy.
I've
Actually-
never caught a Laker.
There you go.
They're overrated.
I knew he was gonna say that. I don't know. I'm gonna talk to them. Hopefully, I get a chance to chase some species I haven't caught yet. There's possible. I don't think I've ever caught a tiger trout. That body of water, not the hike of death, but there's another body of water, but they have some tiger trout. There's some other trouts that I would like to catch another cutbow. Cutbows were pretty fun.
Man, I think lake trout are bust. To be honest, if I was going out that way,
Yeah, but but when you catch a freaking big ass cutbow, that's pretty nice too, bro.
yeah.
But-
I mean, I wouldn't be mad if I caught one. But if I had to go specifically to target something,
It had to be a big lake trout.
A
No,
big
I
lake,
hear you.
yeah.
Because they had plenty of lake trouts. I just like you're right. It would have to be a double digit lake trout. That would be fun.
well, as long as it's bigger than the ones I caught last time.
I mean, double digits. You're talking about.
Like we talking 10-pounders?
Yeah.
Or you talking about?
I was
No,
gonna say
I mean,
like
you were
10
like
inches?
no, you were catching. I think
catch
I think the one you caught last time. They're probably about.
like 2 pounds.
Yeah. I'm talking about 10-pounder. If you catch 10-pounders and up, that would be ideal for a lake trout. That'd be fun.
2 pounds of eat.
Right, 2 pounds will eat. They'll probably taste better than the big ones, anyways.
Definitely.
'Cause it's a
Definitely.
slow growing fish.
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
slow grown, I believe.
For sure.
I do plan on doing one trip for sure, and that's up to Sturgeon Bay,
Sturgeon? Who you meeting up there?
the Drastic Plastics game.
Nice.
Oh, they're doing the ice thing.
Yeah, so
Nice.
Scott at Drastic Plastics, he puts two get-togethers for the crew, and so one open water, one ice fishing. So he's gonna have it's gonna be guided. We're gonna
Yeah.
be fishing like 100 feet of water
Damn.
for whitefish.
Are they gonna
Oh,
have?
cool,
Are you
yeah.
driving on the ice, or are they gonna?
I think they're just gonna haul us out there.
Oh, so he's hiring guides to take
yeah,
you guys
he's
and haul you
hiring
guys out there.
That'd be tight.
When is he planning
Catch
that?
and cook. Yeah.
He keeps telling me or telling us to go up there. When's
Late season, March, in March.
Wow.
really for the
Yeah.
weekend?
Yeah. At least that's my
Yeah.
plan, anyway.
You should definitely catch and cook. That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
that would be cool. Never caught a whitefish. Never eaten a whitefish.
I heard they're good though. Yeah,
Yeah. Super good.
Like a giant shiner-looking fish.
Yeah.
we should. I know that's why it's kind of weird. That's why I'm a little hesitant. Is it really that good, whitefish? It look like a freaking shad, like a monster shiner
Hey,
shad.
people eat shad,
Yeah,
man.
people eat shad.
But
Yeah, dude. In Japan, they do gizzard shad sushi.
You could go to what was it? I think when we were in Colorado, we
Yeah.
went to the store. It was like American shad,
Yeah.
like packaged in the seafood section.
Could do it.
we need.
I'd be willing to give it a shot.
Yeah, we need you, chef, to cook the shad. I don't know how to. How would you cook shad?
So, the traditional sushi way is, right? You like fillet it or whatever, and you scale it, keep the skin on, and then you salt cure it. So you pack it in salt,
Okay.
and then rinse it off, and then soak it in vinegar.
Will that kill the smell? Because it's reeking, obviously.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, not only will it fight off that fishy taste and smell, but the acid in the vinegar can denatures the protein, and then it'll stiffen it up a little bit.
Okay,
so
so it's not mushy.
cooking it. So it's not mushy.
Okay.
Exactly.
So is it like these literal same shads that we throw a cast
Literal
net for?
gizzard shad.
Really?
Literal gizzard shad.
So they fillet it. It's
Exactly.
the vinegar thing is the biggest thing, though.
And, yeah, salt curing it to draw out that gross water,
Okay.
and then vinegar, kill that fishy stuff.
And people like it.
Oh yeah, for sure. If you like mackerel and anchovies, shit like that, yeah, it's a good one.
So, you want to try it?
If I were to go to the Des Moines River and net some fucking shad, I would probably cook. I would probably torch it before serving it.
Yeah,
personally.
let's sear it a little bit.
Yeah,
at least.
exactly. Personally,
But I don't
but
think,
I kind of want to try it.
I
Still.
don't think it's a bad idea to do the vinegar and the salt thing
Yeah,
and then torch it.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
in my brain.
Okay.
That's what I want to try sometime. And they can be like too big because they're gonna get like super, just like any other fish. It gets super
Yeah.
gnarly. So decent.
Do they do
Candy
mackerel
side.
the same way?
I think so. Yep.
Because
The, the flesh of the mackerel is very. It's like not mushy. You know, it's stiffened up somehow, so I imagine it's the same.
Yeah, because I really like sushi, but for me, mackerel is a little rough for
Yeah?
me. Yeah.
Is it a taste?
It
It's
has
pretty
more of a
fishy.
fishy taste.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny because Lindsay, she does not like fishy flavor, but loves mackerel.
Weird.
Just like
Huh.
her favorite sushi ever.
Huh. Yeah, it's not my favorite mackerel sushi.
Yeah.
If it's something like that, I mean, I'll eat it.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's not my
like
first.
You like yellowtail?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yellowtail's a
think-
nice clean flavor.
I think salmon's my favorite.
Salmon's nice, fatty.
You can't go wrong with salmon.
Yeah, I think salmon's my favorite.
I don't know. I like tuna too, though. Tuna,
Tuna's
when you-
clean.
if you get the fatty tuna,
Yeah.
it's pretty. It's like melts in the mouth.
Well, it's
Because-
all the fat content.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the salmon is good. It's got good texture. But yeah, the fatty tuna, oh, it just melts. That's why I like it too.
I've never had fatty tuna because it's like hard to come by.
Yeah, that's
So I've never
That's-
had it personally.
melts in your mouth. You gotta go to the Bay Area, man.
I don't know.
You go to the Bay
Go see a
Area.
Niners game.
There you go.
Oh, yeah,
poor
Niners
guy.
fan over here.
Oh,
Yeah. We'll see how they do the rest of the year.
well, yeah. So I do want to try it sometime.
Okay, Shad sashimi.
Shad.
Like when it happens, I'll be so
sushi.
scared to eat it too. Like,
You have to have maybe have your dad try it first.
yeah, maybe.
He probably would. He'd be like, "Give it to
Yeah.
me."
I don't think it'll be bad for you. It'll just have a strong taste, I think.
It'll
I
be
think
a
so.
strong taste for sure.
That's why I'm wondering if how much the salt cure and the vinegar, how much does it take away from it? I'm just I'm wondering.
'Cause that's
It's only one way to
it's a
find
big
out.
Thing. It's a big thing in Japan,
Interesting.
but I assume they got cleaner water than we do.
Ah, cool.
I mean,
And then let's say you're in Japan, then you see on the package or whatever, imported from Des Moines, Iowa. And they're paying $20 a
Des Moines
pound
River,
for
like, oh.
Iowa. No, it's just from USA and then made in Iowa or something like that, right?
imported from Des
Oh,
Moines, Iowa.
dude, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I want to try it sometime, but yeah, I know. Just like when I'm like doing it, like I don't know.
I have a confession. I've eaten gizzard shad before.
Yeah,
How?
One of the ways the older Asian folks like to eat fish is they like making jerky out of it and frying it.
Yeah.
So I feel like your dad, not your dad because he doesn't
no,
eat fish,
no.
but one of your aunts have done it, like taking smaller shad, fillet and butterfly them.
Yep, butterfly.
Yep.
Yep.
Dry them out.
Yep.
And then deep fry it.
Yep.
It's
Well-
like eating chips.
Was it good?
Tastes like chips.
I think it's fine.
Like
yeah,
salty-
I've had it before that
yeah,
way.
salty
Right.
fried.
It's like fishy chips.
yeah, fishy chips.
But
I
man,
might have had it too, thinking about it.
That's a lot of work for some
It
fishy
is
chips,
a lot
though.
of work. It is a lot of work.
Man.
Like from the river to the table is a lot of time
Yeah.
and a lot of work.
What kind of
Yeah.
fish do they use to make mum?
Man, I've seen it done with minnows.
Okay, see, yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I think it is, right?
Man.
Is it shiners or minnows? Mum.
I
Hard
don't know. Yeah,
I like that shit.
I kind of stray away from it.
Really?
Like, man, I don't know.
I eat it. I mean, I like.
So what is it
Some of
exactly?
the Johnston
Oh, it's-
bean tackle
oh, yeah.
minnows.
So if you guys are wondering, okay, what is he talking? It's called mum. So what it is I think it's a Lao dip.
I think
And
so.
it's like fermented.
Oh yeah.
It's like fermented. It might be. You might be right. It might be fermented like either minnows or shiners, or it's a small fish. It's
Probably
fermented.
maybe shad. I wouldn't be surprised if they
See,
use shad.
I think it's more slender.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
it's
it
like
is.
slender.
It's slender.
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably shiners.
It's
Yeah,
shiners.
it's
I think-
probably shiners.
I think it is. Okay, so it's called mum, and what it is fermented shiners, I guess, in this sense. And they put a bunch of peppers, they put garlic and everything in it. I think they it's just you take sticky rice, hot sticky rice, and
A fermented
Yeah.
fish
it's good. Dips.
dip.
It's
Yeah.
like
what it
kind of
is.
spicy,
Yeah.
very funky.
Yeah, very
It's very
funky.
funky.
Very
It's
funky.
it's not. You have to have it's an acquired taste. That's for
Yeah.
darn sure. I don't know. I mean, sometimes
fan?
I'm a fan of it.
What's the worst way you've had fish?
The worst way.
Like, yeah, worst way has been prepared, and you're like, it ain't happening. Because we talk about the best way a lot. The worst way, where it's like, man,
So
Or the worst fish you've eaten. Either one, I guess.
a lot of our older generation, so they're coming from a different place than us. they like the bitter stuff.
Yeah.
So they're taking that fish, sometimes putting a little salt, a little MSG on it, and throwing it straight on the grill. They've done it with catfish, and that was probably one of the worst. Because
I don't think I've ever seen it on catfish.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh.
I see it white bass and whitefish, but
it's
yeah, I
happened
don't know.
one time. Could have been at your parents' house. I was like, I took a bite. I was like, no. Because we've all cleaned catfish, and pound for pound, they're the worst smelling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
As far as
Innards.
the innards.
I
There's
don't even
so
touch
much.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know who did it, but somebody did it. Threw it on the grill, guts in.
Yeah.
In a pan, so it's like stewing in the juices.
How was the meat? Did it absorb the taste of the innards?
You could taste it.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
Well,
rough.
the odor, maybe it wasn't necessarily the taste in the meat, but the odor, it's all in there.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
That was probably
Yeah.
one of the worst.
Why didn't they
ones.
just
Guts
gut
are
it? But
bad,
did they like it? Was that why?
If they
I
gutted
think
it.
they
No,
like
why
that
didn't
stuff,
they just
though.
gut it? But I think they like that, huh?
Yeah. It's back in the homeland. They
They're
take
like
it
the-
raw and like put it in jail, you know?
That's rough.
See, they do it with other fish, and I don't think anybody liked it that day. The catfish.
I don't know.
Like, I don't think anybody enjoyed it. I think they were experimenting.
Oh.
Like,
I'm Asian. I can eat this.
Just throw it on. Everybody's
Sing it
lazy.
on
Just throw it on.
Because they do it with crappies, white bass, guts
Oh, yeah.
in, throw it on
For
the
sure.
grill.
Yeah,
They pick at the organs.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Crappie, you can get away with that, but it can still get a little funky, like the innards. It's still
Yeah.
but you can get away with it. But like I've had it with the white bass and whitefish when they leave it all in and just throw it on the grill. It's just like it just ruins it. I feel like sometimes
It's rough. You need to know how to eat it because as a kid, I didn't know.
yeah, you just
Like the body parts of a fish, so I'm like going in right next to the guts and
Take them
right by the pooper. Like, all right,
and you're excited. You got
Like,
sticky
oh.
rice. You're about to eat it. Yeah.
It's kind
Not only is it gross, there's like bones all over the place. Like,
bones
why would you eat this?
bones and scales,
Yeah.
fins.
This is awful.
It's pretty
Yeah.
bad. It's not the greatest. You're right.
But yeah, they're coming from a place where you don't waste anything.
For sure.
Yeah, when I see posts about people flaying fish, like no meat was wasted. Like
Yeah,
no,
like,
you want to
there's-
see no meat
yeah.
wasted.